Donald Trump is having a psychotic meltdown at 1:30 a.m. He is attacking Alex Pretti when Trump's ICE and Border Patrol Gestapo murdered Pretti. Here is what Donald Trump just posted, further defaming Alex Pretti. How depraved is this? This is a real message Donald Trump posted at 1:30 a.m. East Coast time. He goes, agitator and perhaps insurrectionist Alex Pretti's stock has gone way down with the just released video of him screaming and spitting in the face of a very calm and under control ICE officer and then crazily kicking in a new and very expensive government vehicle, so hard and violent, in fact, that the taillight broke off in pieces. It was quite a display of abuse and anger for all to see, crazed and out of control. The ICE officer was calm and cool, not an easy thing to do under the circumstances. Make America great again. Can you get more depraved than this? As Alex Pretti, who's courageous, who is a hero, who was an ICU nurse at the VA, who was doing nothing wrong at the time he was murdered in cold blood by Donald Trump's ICE, Gestapo, and then afterwards defamed by Trump's regime with Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller saying he was involved in a premeditated massacre and he was a domestic terrorist, which was all proven to be absolutely false as his friends and family are grieving for him. Donald Trump at 1:30 a.m. Friday morning, just posted moments ago, calls him an agitator and perhaps an insurrectionist and says his stock has gone way down. Can you get more vile and despicable? And I mean it. It's beyond the 25th Amendment. I mean, it's beyond impeachment. I mean, Donald Trump should be prosecuted for war, for crimes against humanity, and just a war on decency and empathy. Then Donald Trump starts posting videos and photos of himself doing a MAGA symphony, and Donald Trump goes, my new MAGA symphony. And then he posts this unhinged video saying that he was ordained by God. And then he says, let the man fucking cook and shut the fuck up. This is a real post by Donald Trump saying, shut the fuck up. This is a real post that he just made. Here, play this clip.
This is what you hoped for. This is what you prayed for. This is what you voted for. So why are you questioning every decision he makes now that he's back in office? God didn't save his life so he could make mistakes. He knows what he's doing.
And then as he's defaming Pretti, as he's making posts saying, shut the F up, doing another post with a new MAGA symphony, he's now threatening another 50% tariffs against Canada. In addition to the 100% tariffs he threatened last week. Remember last weekend, he said 100% tariffs against Canada if they go through with a trade deal with China, which he previously said he was okay with. And now he's saying, based on the fact that Canada is illegally certifying Gulf streams, and he lists different ones, he said that we are hereby going to tariff Canada 50% on any and all aircraft sold to the United States of America. And then he goes on to say that he will then decertify the Bombardier Canadian planes. What in the world is going on? Then this evening, Donald Trump was at the Melania premiere. And while he was there, Melania and he were asked, what would happen if you and Donald Trump didn't meet? Here, play this clip.
I asked your husband if he would be the man he is today if he had never met you. What do you think?
Well, we will all be in different places, I guess. Right?
We do like the way it worked out. So.
Correct.
And Mrs. Trump, what do you want?
Yeah, Donald Trump looked absolutely thrilled to be there with Melania. Here, play this clip.
To them, and what is something that you want people to take away from this film?
Here in this film, they will see a lot of emotion, passion, grief, sadness, celebration, love. Yeah. So that's the message from the.
And Trump was asked, well, what do you make of Jeff Bezos giving your wife $40 million and $35 million for promotion, $75 million for the worst movie ever? And then Brett Ratner, who's been accused of all these horrible things as well, is the director of this despicable and grotesque film. What do you make of that, Donald? Here, play this clip.
I want to see that also.
And Mr. President, what do you say to those that are critical of the fact that Amazon paid $40 million to acquire the rights of this movie?
Well, I think they'd have to go and ask President Obama, who got paid a lot of money and hasn't done anything. So I think they probably have to go because if you take a look at others, they've been paid a lot of money. But this is somebody, Melania, who really produced, and she's done a great thing. This is a very important piece of work.
Of course, he has to blame former President Obama. Then Donald Trump, earlier in the day, didn't realize that RFK Jr. was standing right next to him. Here, play this clip.
Initiative, Catherine Burgham. Thank you both very much. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Where's Bobby? Bobby? Hello, Bobby. Come here. I love Bobby. You're doing a great job, Catherine. All right.
And then Trump was falling asleep when Doug Burgum's wife was talking. Here, play this clip.
These stories matter because they are not isolated. They reflect the reality of the over 190 million Americans. That's half our nation.
Oh, yeah. Well, all of this was taking place. Donald Trump sued his own government. He sued his own IRS for $10 billion plus punitive damages. So about $50 billion, because punitive damages could be 3 to 5 times the damages. So Donald Trump's now going to steal $50 billion of your taxpayer money, suing his own Treasury Department, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, his own IRS, which is our money, because he said that his tax returns were leaked in 2019, and that has destroyed his reputation. This is a psychopath. Like, do we realize what a psychopath he is? And he's done all of this stuff tonight, suing his own government for $10 billion and going to make the taxpayers pay him $10 to $50 billion. By the way, every other president released their tax returns publicly. So that's caused you reputational damage. Why? Because people learn that you don't pay taxes. Here's Laura Ingraham on State Regime Media announcing this. Here, play this clip.
The Fox News alert: President Trump is suing the IRS now for $10 billion for allegedly leaking his tax returns. And moments ago on the red carpet for the premiere of Melania's new movie, he dropped this bombshell.
Dave, will you be announcing your Fed chair pick next week?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Oh.
And do you know who you picked?
Tomorrow I do. Otherwise, I'll have to go to work very quickly. No, I'll be announcing the Fed chair tomorrow morning.
Wow, more on.
I just go back to that post he made at 1:30 a.m. on Friday morning that he just made, calling Alex Pretti an agitator and insurrectionist. If this doesn't rile you up, if this doesn't hit you at the core, then you have no empathy, because how sick is this? I was going to go to sleep for the night. I was in my bed and I read this and I came back here right away because I have to share with you the thoughts of what I'm feeling. Oh, and then tonight, Donald Trump says that China's going to take away ice hockey from Canada. Here, play this clip.
Mr. President,
Go ahead.
Mr. President, what do you think about the UK getting into business with China? Keir Starmer is in Beijing.
Well, it's very dangerous for them to do that, and it's even more dangerous, I think, for Canada to get into business with China. Canada is not doing well. They're doing very poorly, and you can't look at China as the answer. I know China very well. I know President Xi's a friend of mine. I know him very well, but that's a big hurdle to go over when you get Canada. The first thing they're going to do is say you're not allowed to play ice hockey anymore. That's not good. Canada's not going to allow that.
So utterly despicable right here. And I'll just leave you with this. As Donald Trump, remember after Ilhan Omar was attacked the other day during a town hall she was holding by a MAGA maniac, riled up by Donald Trump with Trump's despicable rhetoric. She was attacked. Remember, the guy had the syringe. And then Donald Trump said, basically, she made it up, and then it was another Ilhan Omar fraud or something despicable like that after she was physically attacked him. Remember when Nancy Pelosi's husband was almost murdered and Donald Trump made up that that Pelosi's husband was involved in a gay relationship with the murderer, just and that he deserved it, and then would mock the guy during speeches that he almost got murdered. These people are sick. By the way, here's what Ilhan Omar had to say about Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
So when he claims it's staged, you say,
Well, I mean, this is also somebody who was talking about me in his town hall in Iowa, and then seems to exhibit some sort of dementia when he says he doesn't think about me. Maybe it is time for us for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, because he certainly cannot remember what he said and has done an hour ago.
There you have it. Let me know what you think. Disgusting. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.meidastouch.com. All 100% USA union made.